Introduction to Commerce. Now, in this chapter, we're going to define what commerce is, and at the end of the chapter, I expect you to be able to confidently define what commerce is, be able to list the importance of commerce, and list all the activities which aid commerce. Okay? Now we'll go to meaning of commerce. And commerce is defined as any activity which involves the distribution of goods from manufacturers to consumers and includes all who aid to facilitate this distribution. Now let's look at some of the important details in this definition. It says it involves the distribution of goods from manufacturers, that's the point of origin, from manufacturers down to consumers. Now when goods move from manufacturers to consumers, it could pass through different intermediaries. Some of them could be distributors, the retailers, or could go straight to warehouses, wholesalers, warehouses, etc. So all the activities involved in this division, everything is termed to be commerce. Okay. Now, before we go into activities that aid commerce, let's look at the importance of commerce. Now, commerce is important to our country, Nigeria, not just because of employment. Employment is very important, but it creates an indispensable link between manufacturers, the sellers, and the buyers. Now, when we in Nigeria here will ship or export goods to other countries, it helps create a very good economy for we exporting as in Nigeria. It also helps enhance the development of a good banking system. Insurance companies can also be positively affected by commerce. Okay, so commerce is very important for the well-being of a particular country. Okay, so commercial activities involve, it starts basically with the farmers in the village when they sow rice, beans, yam, etc., and is exported, is bought from the farmers and sent out to other countries. That's the beginning of commerce, and those activities are called commercial activities. Okay, now let's go to the factors that aid commerce. The first one is trade, and this covers all occupations engaged by persons in the exchange of goods and services both at home and abroad. Now the next one is transports. We already understand what transport means, and includes occupations which enhances the movement of goods from place to place. That's transport. We've looked at trade. Now the next is warehousing. From the manufacturer, when the wholesalers buy from the manufacturers, they buy in bulk, and since they buy in bulk, they need a place that they can temporarily store the goods before the large retailers or retailers now buy in smaller quantities from them. So that's called a warehouse. Manufacturers also need warehouses to store the products. They are very always large buildings where these products are stored first before they're now moved, or before the wholesalers buy from the manufacturers. Now we have banking. Banking is also very important. In this era of cashless economy, we're expected not to carry cash up and down. Banking facilitates instant payment. You can easily transfer money from your home and make purchases from someone in USA or other countries. Now banking enhances commerce and makes trading very fast. Now another thing is insurance. Insurance enables the risks associated with commerce to be pooled and shared. What does it mean? Insurance. Let's say I have a company and I manufacture let's say air conditioners. Now each one costs in naira about 50,000 naira, and since I manufacture air conditioners, I could have, let's say, 1,000 of them. Now if anything happens, I'll lose, let's say, fire outbreak, I'll lose this 1,000 air conditioners, and not just the 1,000 air conditioners, all other assets I have in the company, I'll lose them. Now what I do is I'll approach an insurance firm, or an insurance firm will approach me and tell me that, see, when something happens to your company, you are bound to lose these items. Okay, you're about to lose more than 50 million naira. Now, why not just pay 100,000 naira every year, whether something happens or not? Now, if anything eventually happens, I'll be able to take care of part of the risk, or if possible, all, help you replace all the money, or help you replace all the items, restore it to the original condition. Now, this insurance firm, how do they make money? They meet, let's say, about 50 companies of such, collect 100,000 naira from them. Nothing at the end of the year, nothing might happen to the companies, and therefore the money belongs to them. But if anything eventually happens, these 100,000 naira from these 50 companies, they can take a portion of it and repair or restore the condition of the person who had an accident or fire outbreak. Okay, so that's how they make profits. So it's more like sharing the risk between different firms. Okay, so instead of bearing the risk alone, it's easier to collect money or gather a pool of individuals and have them bear the risk with you. So that's insurance. Now, advertising makes the goods and services known to the consumer. So you already know what advertising is. Advertising could be done in the form of flyers, handbills, radio, adverts, TV, internet, SMS, etc. Now, the aim of advertising is to get people to know about your goods or services. Okay, now this brings us to the end of this chapter, and I want you to click on Take Quiz and answer all the questions following.